guys, welcome back to another day here at Fit Life with Alisha. I am Alisha, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing to me, and I'm really excited to have you along for this video today. So today we are talking all things sugar, and specifically all things that have to do with my own personal sugar habit. I have spent most of my adult life using sugar to cope with life, to cope with the stresses of life. I used it to numb out when life wasn't going well, when I was stressed, when I was anxious, when I was depressed. I use sugar to celebrate. I use it to relax. So I have what I would call maybe a little bit of a sugar addiction. It's something that I have been, for most of my adult life, used to having on a pretty regular basis. And when I'm talking about sugar in this video, I'm mainly talking about like refined sugar, sweets and treats, desserts, candies, that kind of thing. And that is something that I have eaten a lot in my life over the years, and most every day I would have some kind of sweet treat, whether it's candy or dessert or something homemade. I love to bake. And so sugar is something that I have kept around in my life pretty much every day for, like I said, most of my adult life. So while I really enjoy those foods, they don't necessarily like me back. And I've spent a lot of years not feeling very good because I was eating too much sugar. And so I was dealing with a lot of just low energy, feeling sluggish and tired and having that brain fog. And there was just a lot of ways that so much sugar was affecting my health, and not just my physical health, but my mental and emotional health as well. So about 8 months ago, I got pretty serious about dialing back my sugar habit, and it hasn't been an easy road, but as I got so sick of feeling so yucky all the time, I've been able to stick with a plan of cutting way back on my sugar intake, and it is making a huge difference in my quality of life and how good I feel. And so today I thought that I would share 5 really life-changing benefits to cutting way back on sugar. So these 5 things aren't the only benefits, but they're the 5 kind of off the top of my head as I was thinking about this topic that I thought I would share with you guys. So they're not the only things. There's lots of other amazing benefits that have come with this as well, but today, to just kind of keep it short and sweet, we're just gonna hit 5 of them today. So it is Wednesday today, and this last Sunday was the Super Bowl. And as much as I actually do enjoy watching the football game on Super Bowl Sunday, I really enjoy the Super Bowl party food. And our family gets really pretty into our Super Bowl parties each year. We like the game, but we love the food. So we always go all out on the food. We all have our favorite treats that we like to either make or buy, and we just have a table with all the foods and the fixins and everything. And this year, this last Sunday, I gave myself permission to kind of really go all out and not try to cut back on the day's worth, and not to cut back on my sugar intake for that day like I normally do. And so I really went for it, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of sweet treats and desserts that day, and I thoroughly enjoyed those in the moment. However, I knew when the day was over, when the football game was over and it was evening time, I knew that I wasn't gonna feel good, and I was right. I did not feel good after that. And the effects of all that sugar stayed with me well into the night and really into the next day on Monday. But during the middle of the night, I could not go to sleep. It was probably after 2 o'clock when I was finally able to go to sleep, because I was just really wired. I had a lot of energy. I just couldn't settle down. My mind was just bouncing around, and I just couldn't settle down. And I knew that it was the effects of that sugar. And as I laid in bed that night, just knowing that I had done that to myself, and I was okay with it because I don't do that to myself very often anymore. But as I thought about how much my sleep has improved over these last several months, I was pretty shocked. So that is benefit number one to cutting way back on sugar, is that my quality of sleep and my quantity of sleep has gone way up. I sleep so much better at night when I haven't had sugar every day, all day. And when my head hits the pillow, I'm asleep within probably less than 5 or 10 minutes. And normally before that, you know, I would be stewing over the stresses of life and just restless and couldn't settle down and go to sleep. And now I certainly still have times when I'm stressed at night and I can't sleep, right? We all have those nights, but they're way less and few and far between what they used to be, from what they used to be. They are way less and fewer and far between than what they used to be. And I just sleep better. Also, another improvement to my sleep is I used to wake up often in the middle of the night with like night sweats. I would wake up like drenched in sweat. And I know that's kind of gross, but I would be so soaking wet that I would have to get up and change my clothes and get into dry clothes, and it was frustrating and it didn't feel good, and I didn't know what was causing that. I kind of thought maybe it was some hormonal things or something, but I don't get night sweats anymore. So just overall, my quality of sleep and quantity of sleep has been much, much improved. Okay, number two is also very exciting for me, and this is something that I struggled with all of my adult life, but my level of energy throughout the day is so much more improved than it was before I started cutting back on the sugar. I just have more energy. I don't have that dreaded afternoon crash that I was so used to for so many years. And you know, as a stay-at-home mom, I would stop and take a nap in the afternoons a lot of times, a lot of days, because I just was so tired and dragging and grumpy because I was so tired. So I would go take a nap a lot of days. And it was frustrating to feel like I needed a nap every day, but I knew that I could be a happier mom if I was taking that nap. However, I don't need the nap anymore. Like, I rarely take that afternoon nap anymore. And so that feels really good. I can pretty much power through the entire day and get to the evening and not even feel too tired by evening time. So just that overall improved level of energy has been huge for me. And it's just been totally worth it to cut back on the sugar so that I can feel good, have the energy that I need to get through my day, to be here for my family, to be more present for my family and for myself. I'm just happier. And so that is a huge benefit as well. Alrighty, so here is number three. My moods and my temperament are much more stable these days. Now, when I was on the sugar and experiencing those sugar crashes every day and just generally not feeling good, just feeling tired and sluggish and brain foggy and just not having that energy that I needed to keep up with my kids and just to keep up with life in general, that made me feel frustrated. It made me feel impatient. It made me feel all these like frustrated negative feelings, and I wasn't the mom that I wanted to be for my kids. I just didn't have the patience that I wanted to, and I needed those naps every day, and that made me feel kind of guilty. A nap here and there, great, I don't have a problem with that, but every day, and just generally, like, I just felt frustrated and yucky all the time, and that made me a grumpy, ornery mom. And then that made me feel guilty for being a grumpy, ornery mom. And I can't believe how much better I feel. Once again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I can't believe how much better my moods have improved since cutting back on sugar. And I truly am a more patient, happier mom and just person in general because of this. And so that feels really good, and it feels good to be doing this thing that is so good for me, that is also really good for my family and my relationships as well. Okay, so here is number four. I have had some pretty serious digestive issues, mainly like really painful bloating and gas for a lot of years. And it was enough that it was kind of debilitating a lot of the time. When that would happen, I would need to go and lay down, and because I just had so much pain and I was just so bloated. And I know this might be kind of TMI, but it was really kind of wreaking havoc in my life. And again, I just didn't feel good, and I wasn't sure what was causing it, and I tried a bunch of different things to try and figure out what it was, But lo and behold, as I have again cut way back on sugar, those problems have pretty much gone away. Now they flare up sometimes if I get a little bit lackadaisical in my sugar intake and I'm eating more than what I'm used to on a more regular basis. But overall, like, I just don't struggle with this nearly as much. And again, I just feel so much better. This is not something, I'm not living in pain, and I was a lot of the time. And so it's crazy to me that sugar has improved my life in all these different ways. So improved intestinal, digestive issues, like way improved. So yay, very exciting. Okay, number 5. And this one is just kind of in a general sense. I just feel better in overall in my life. I feel better physically in my body. I've lost some weight as well, but I also feel better mentally and emotionally, as I feel like I have more energy and I'm just more at peace with myself and in my life. I'm a better mom, I'm a better wife, I'm a happier person in general, and that makes me better capable to live the life that I want to live. And you wouldn't think that just doing one thing like cutting back on sugar would make such a big difference, but it really has. And there are other things that I'm doing right now to feel good and to improve my life and to have better health, but this one has been really huge for me, and it's making such a difference. And so those are the 5 benefits, major life-changing benefits, I really would call it that, to cutting way back on sugar. And you know, it's been a hard road. I miss it a lot of times. However, these improvements in my life help me want to keep going, because it is worth feeling good, body, mind, and spirit. And I'm willing to give up my sugar, my treats that I love so much, so that I can feel good and so that I can feel like I'm a good mom and a good person and just happier. So that is all I have to share with you guys today. I hope that if you're in the same boat that I was and this is something that you really struggle with, and I know a lot of people do out there, just know that it is actually possible to break that addiction to sugar, and the benefits are amazingly life-changing. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Now, I'm going to be making probably next week a follow-up video to this, and I will be sharing some of my key tips or advice on what I've done to help myself break this addiction and get out of the habit of eating sugar every day, because it's something that, like I said, has wreaked such havoc in my life over the years, and I've tried a lot of times over the years to do this and haven't been successful. So I want to come back and share with you guys some of those key things that have helped me actually make this happen. So please stay tuned and watch for that new video. Also, anyway, I am just really grateful that you guys stuck around and watched this video with me. I hope that it was useful to somebody out there. If you like this video, please leave me a comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do so. I would love to have you along for the ride. I would love to share this journey to better health and well-being with you. And I would love to share, and I would love to cheer you on in your journey as well. So if any of these things resonate with you, please please subscribe, leave me a comment. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day, and I will see you back another day.